goes in. Tries again. No good. His fifth missed shot from the field. He's made 3.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
Iverson with the ball, and Allen picks him up defensively. Stauskas' shot is off.
A little ambitious on that possession, trying to hit a shot in the face of that defensive pressure.
Here's Allen. Drills the baseline jumper. Timeout called the 76ers. A tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
Yeah, major problems at the charity stripe in that game. They just could not convert their free throws.
And that makes it hard to win, especially on the road. You get a chorus of about 20,000 yelling at you every time you put one off the rim. Boy, that's got to wear on you.
Marc Gasol has checked in for Memphis. Then for the 76ers, Robert Covington's checked in for Nick Stauskas, and it's Cannon in for Marshall. Allen drives in, outside Conley. Randolph a screen. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
And guys, one thing you sometimes gets lost. I mean, Mike Conley is a proven winner. Remember, you go back in high school, won 3 state titles, and the one season at Ohio State led them to the national title game. So that aspect of what he brings, the intangibles, you're going to be a winner if Mike Conley's on your roster.
Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for Philadelphia. And he gets it to go. And it's 8 points for Jahlil Okafor.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Well, the defensive rotations, Greg, have been a step slow, and it's really helped them get that ball inside time after time.
Now here's Allen. Here's Gasol, and Jeremy Grant picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green. Well, from long range, we've got a set of point guards here that have been extremely hot. Those are their three-point percentages for the last 10 games. Michael Conley is third.
You know, if there are no other options available, any of these guys can just step back and knock down a triple. Great backup plan for any point guard to have.
Well, forget about using it as a backup plan. With the numbers this group puts up from deep, I think it should be plan A to have them stroking it from 3.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Lets it go from the wing. Iverson, no good.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor. And another lead change here. How many of these are we going to have tonight?
I'm not quite sure, but I'm willing to bet it'll be more than a few.
Now here's Okafor. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Houston.
Yeah, but I like how he defended as well. You know, he got a couple blocks in that game and just an all-around great effort.
Grant against Randolph. It's stolen by Allen. Pass to Conley. Down low. Randolph against Grant. Three-pointer. 4 on the clock. Goes back up. And Okafor with the block. And so it looks like the Grizzlies will retain possession here. Roten's checked in for Allen Iverson.
Tony Roten. Timeout call for Memphis.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of the 76ers this year.
Yeah, an interconference matchup, and these are two teams at different ends of the spectrum as far as the talent is concerned.
Well, you know, they swept the season series a year ago. The expectation is they'll do the same thing again this time around.
Now here's Gasol. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Atlanta.
Yeah, and he also did a great job on the backboards, Kev, and that also was a factor.
Here's Green. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Green's got his first points in this one.
You know, Dave Yeager, the coach for the Grizzlies, has really become a big-name coach quite quickly. You know, he's worked his way up the Memphis coaching ladder and has had a ton of success early on in his career.
Okafor, the pass to Cannon. Second shot opportunity. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. It's going to be on Zach Randolph.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. I mean, he had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
And the success we've been mentioning with Coach Dave Yeager. He was the second fastest active coach to get to 100 wins.
And Kevin made his way in terms of coaching, started in the D-League and other minor leagues before becoming an assistant with the Grizzlies, and really was the architect, if you will, of the defense that his team is so well known for. He's done a lot for this franchise and looks to be on track to become their winningest coach ever.
Now here's Conley. He's definitely a factor in their offense, averaging 12 points a game.
That's an unusual, surprising miss for him. Typically, he's good on those inside.
So it's Philadelphia now. Picked by Okafor. Off the screen. No luck. And Memphis the other way now. They're coming into this game off that recent loss to Atlanta.
And you don't have to go too deep into the box score to figure out why they lost that one. They just had an inability on that day to make shots.
You know, sometimes we talk about a defense getting into the heads of the opposing players, Greg, but that night they got up in their own head, just got in their own way and couldn't get out of it. Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one, short stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
Screen by Grant. Shot from the low block. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. And that's now 10 points for Jahlil Okafor. Memphis trailing here. Good looking screen by Gasol. Green dishes to Conley. And stolen by Roten. Now the 76ers on the break. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for Philadelphia?
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
And the Grizzlies with possession here after the Sixers pick up two. 6 to shoot. Green, no luck. The 76ers leading by 3. Pass to Covington. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Yeah, and let's see the stat sheet here on Marc Gasol. Just an incredible month of basketball. He's putting up about 17 points, 8 rebounds, and just over 2 blocks. And he's been putting up points with regularity. I mean, that's what they depend on, his killer instinct on offense.
Yeah, and anytime this club needs a bucket, he's their go-to. Just irrepressible and a prolific scorer.
Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. Brandon Wright's checked in for Green. Barnes comes in for Tony Allen. And it's Lee in for Mike Conley. Now, here's Chalmers. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Gasol kicks to Wright. Nobody near Barnes. The Grizzlies with another miss. Philadelphia with the ball. It's been 8 unanswered points for him. And watching Matt Barnes, he will do all the dirty work for you. He's an instigator, he's an agitator, and he's a team player, I think, at the core. And everywhere he's gone, you know, and he's played for a lot of teams, Greg, he's had that role.
It's a great point. I call him a glue guy. You know, he's not someone who's going to be a volume scorer or a smooth playmaker, but the game really is built on grit, diving for loose balls, taking charges, making hard fouls, you know, whatever it takes to help his team win. I like that line, antagonist. That's a very good way to describe him.
For Philadelphia, they've gone 5 of 11 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Screen by Boozer. Down low. And it's Wright sending it back. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. Here's a peek now at the 2K leaderboard. This year, these teams have made the most of their offensive rebounds. The 76ers in second.
You know what? Sometimes their missed shots are their best offense. I mean, they attack the glass relentlessly, and those extra possessions can determine the outcome on a lot of nights.
And the call will go against Hollis Thompson. That is his first foul of the game.
Nick Stauskas.
1:30 left in the second quarter. Barnes passes to Gasol. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
Incredible, incredible body control right there. Don't know how he was able to get that one to go, but it sure was a thing of beauty to watch.
The 76ers making a switch here. Okafor's checked in. For Memphis, they have been good at the free throw line. This one, 7 of 8. And we know that Marc Gasol was one of the most sought-after free agents this past summer. Clark all along most figured he'd be back in Memphis.
A winning team, max dollars, and don't forget now, he went to high school in Memphis while his brother Powell played there. He's where he belongs.
And the Grizzlies making a change here. Randolph is checked in.
Marc Gasol, a first-time All-Star starter last season. He and his brother Powell both starting in that game. The first time that's ever happened in league history, and having both those guys go head-to-head.
Now, here's Chalmers. 1:04 left in the first half of basketball. Randolph dishes to Barnes. Shot clock at 5. Chalmers' shot is no good.
Oh, listen, no doubt you could argue Marc Gasol is the best center in the league right now. I mean, this guy does it all. Defends, rebounds, passes, scores. I mean, he's also a great teammate. They all love him. And to me, that matters in the big picture. When you're talking about developing chemistry and trust, sometimes the difference between winning and winning it all is whether or not your teammates like you.
The 76ers have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line. And that one misses.
You'd really like to see him get to the line as much as he did in the first.
He hits the second from the line. Last season, Memphis fell late and would end up with the 5th seed in the NBA playoffs. Only one of 2 teams to make the playoffs each of the last 5 seasons, along with the San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah, and they were a team that nobody wanted to play. Memphis drew Portland in that first round, and even though they were the 5th seed, they had home court advantage.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
It's tipped and stolen by Barnes. Here's Chalmers. Outside Randolph. One second left. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. 76ers ahead. They lead by 3. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, this has been a good game here after one half. Everybody, welcome back to the halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaq, Kenny Smith. For the 76ers, the first quarter was pretty even. They were able to squeeze ahead by the end of the period with just a 1-point lead. The second quarter was a strong effort for them as they continued to battle, and they were able to close out the half in a good position. And from what we saw so far from the Sixers, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
One strong area has been their work on the board. When you're trying to get ahead in the score and stay there, it often comes down to a few extra possessions. That's why any extra rebounds can make a big difference. Now they have to come out in the second half and attack the glass with the same vengeance.
Shaq, your take on Memphis.
They're giving up way too many.
Just about time for the third quarter to get underway, and we'll see you again at the Horn.
We have a close ball game on our hands.